Okay, let's see. Give everybody a chance to get through commercials if you have commercials. Going online now as far as I can see. Let's see how much delay we've got. So, hi everybody. Let me just mute that one. Yep, then I don't get myself in my headset. Nice. If you want a suggestion for something to listen into that goes along well with a game like this, you can go for something like a Guardians of the Galaxy playlist. That's quite awesome with most space sims. So, is sound okay? It's that season where my voice is a little bit rusty, so I hope I'm coming through all right. So, the game today is EVE Online, and it is my favorite space sim. It has certain advantages when you have some movement issues. I have like shaky hands, so me and a joystick and precision landings and dogfights is like it's not something I'm capable of doing. But in EVE Online, it's not me who needs to be physically skilled. I skill up my character in different combat options and industrial options and trade and this, so it's my character who needs to be good at it. So thank you for the auto hosting. So as you can see in chat, we have installed Revlobot. It was just installed like half an hour ago, so do not expect it to do anything yet except counting some kind of points for you being online. We're thinking about possible rewards you can earn, so suggestions are welcome. Then I can shoot them down or encourage them, depending on whether I like them or not. That's like the only qualification. So that's the good thing about being the one commanding officer of of your stream. So, of course, if there's something Sazu and Welsh you really like, I might consider it. So, well, as I said, this is EVE Online, my favorite space sim. This is my my oldest character. Let's go in here on the character information, and let's see history. You can see I entered my first corps, which was my first corporation, my beginning corporation, in 2008. And I played pretty steadily all the way through to 2009. And then I had a hiatus. And then, oh no, wait a second, I was actually a member of this corporation. Yeah, that was the one who was in the longest. So I've been playing since 2008. I've had a couple of breaks, but Taylor Green here is my main character. I am a corporate miner most of the time. Right now I have no corporation because I haven't played since 2014. So I'm playing with my boyfriend. I'm Taylor Green, he's Mason Green, and we do industrial mining in the asteroid belts. We're in a system called Omahilan, which is pretty close to the regional trading center called JITA. So it's a 0.7 high security area. The closer you are to 1.0, the more secure the area is. If you go below 0.5 in security, you'll probably be shut down by some pirate corporation or someone else. When you go all the way down to 0.0, there's no game security at all. It's all, as far as I know, I actually never been to 0.0 security. So, hi everybody, so many people in chat today. Let me just give me a second to read through what everyone's saying. Hi, the red one. Dark Winter Dreams, yay. Modus Moron. Fire Raven, hi everybody. Searle, oh yes. So good to see everybody, and of course Angry Welsh Gamer and Modus Moron as well. So Taylor Green here, as you can see, not a fighter pilot, and she's right now hanging out in the ship hangar, and out here is one of her ships. It's a retriever, it's a mining ship. It has a pretty okay capacity. We can go in here and check inventory. Waffles, that's the name of my retriever. It has a cargo bay, a drone bay for, in this case, my combat drones. I have no rail guns or anything like that. This is a mining ship, but I have my combat drones to protect me, and they're usually enough in a high security zone. Then I have my ore hold, which holds all the good stuff that I mine out in the asteroid belt. So this here is the captain quarters. This is where I go if I want to do changes on my character. So there's a little bit of walking about. I only just reinstalled it a couple of hours ago, so I haven't had so much time checking out what's changed, but absolutely love this. So if I go over here to the mirror, then you can see I get character customization. And you can say it's okay, this character customization thingy. I can zoom in and out, and there's quite a lot of different options, both when it comes to clothes. As you can see, there's quite a wide variety. And whether you want your pants tucked into your boots or not. Feet wear, eyewear, you can have sunglasses if you want to. Lots of different hairstyles and headwears and stuff like that. You can just randomize to get like different things. So you can go in like anytime and recustomize your character if you want to. So let's get back out into trash the changes. Yeah, well, I can keep the changes. Doesn't look too bad. Slightly like riding pants, but I can live with it. No. Next. Oh yeah, this is the portrait where you kind of do a shot of. I think I'll just trash the changes actually. Don't want to go through the entire character customizations, as you know that's just a lot of different options to go through, but it's makeup, hairstyles, clothes, skin color, hair color, everything. So quite an advanced character creator. I love that I was able to actually do a little bit of wrinkles and stuff like that, so I don't have to look like a teenager. So it's like the character's a little bit a mix of me and Princess Leia, because, well, Star Wars, why not? When you get the option. And there's of course both a male and female character, and you have 4 different starting races to choose from. Let me see if I can remember them. It's Minmatar, Caldari, Galenta, and what's the last one? Oh, I can't remember the last one. Caldari, Galenta, Minmatar, and I could really just go into the market and look into different, let me see, go to my character here, skills, spaceship command, Amar is the last one, and this is the skill system. As you can see, there's a lot of different options. These up here is like my headlines, and in this headline spaceship command I have 75 different skills, and that is, or there is 75 different skills available. If I go in and say, I can go in and sort and say my skills, I have 12 skills in this area. I can go in and see, oh, what can I train that I don't have, but I have the prerequisites for, and then I'll get some more options. So there's a very, very intricate skill system, and you need to, all these different skills, you need them to fly the different level of spaceships and to equip different kinds of weaponry. And one of the things about EVE is that you can buy skill points to a point, but what you mainly do is there's a real-time training for each skill. For instance, right now, if I need to go to level 3 in industrial command ships, it will take me 1 day, 3 hours and 53 minutes because it counts real-time training. The good thing is that it will train this while I'm offline. So what I do is I build a training queue. This is my training queue right now down here. And as you can see, it covers 21 days. Yeah, it's a pretty old game, Welshie. And we started out like, it's already been there for 5 years when we started out. Something like this captain's quarters weren't there when it started. There's been a lot of different graphics added. I'm gonna go to the ship hangar, and this is the ship hangar, and there you can kind of see my ship again. This is, like I said, a retriever, an industrial miner. Been through several graphic upgrades. It's pretty nice to look at, and if you have like an even way more modern graphic card than I have, it's going to look even better. And it's not a game that takes up a lot of space on your computer, which is also a good thing because it's a space game and doesn't necessarily need that much graphic. For each different type of ship you can buy skins. Let's go in here and look at my ship. This is my ship fittings. There's some different things out here. You can see like the capacitor, that's like the energy grid that I have to, this is like what I have available. The more energy you have, the more of these spikes you'll have, and if you're like at a extremely high-powered ship, this will be like a total ring of energy instead of like only 5 spikes like this one. What I have here is my strip miners, and I have a survey scanner, so I can scan the asteroid belt, see what asteroids there and what they contain, so I can see if it's worth mining them, because mining takes a certain amount of time. I've got some mining laser upgrades and a compact reactor control unit. Can't even remember that one does. Luckily there's an information here. It boosts my power core output so I can fit more modules. That's simply it. So a lot of talk about the tech behind this. And as I said, I haven't played this since 2014, so different things have changed. Back then we had something called learning skills, and learning skills in the skill system, you use them to boost the speed that you learn things, so that you might knock off 10% of the high-level skills, and when you have to spend like 21 days to train a skill, that's nice. So there's a lot of different things. Let's just jump out into an asteroid belt. So let's undock. I think I emptied my cargo hold. I'm pretty sure of that. Let's see, inventory, ore hold. Yeah, that's empty. Nice. Are we still fleeted? Yep, I'm fleeted with Anders, so I'm gonna... Are you in the asteroid belt? Nope. I'm gonna jump to an asteroid belt. He can find me if he wants to by warping to fleet members. So let's start by undocking here. And I don't need a joystick. I do everything by mouse. If I click at an area in space, I will fly towards that area. Otherwise, I'm going to go into this menu, and I'm going to look at this warp 2. Actually, I'm just going to right click out here in space. You can see there's a list here of asteroid belts, planets, stargates, etc. Stations are all places that you can land. They will have different facilities depending on what station, and you can build up reputation with different factions by running missions if you're a fighter pilot. I have another character that's not active at the moment, that's a fighter pilot. So I'm gonna just choose an asteroid belt randomly. I'm gonna go to, let's say, Omahilan, Planet 7, Asteroid Belt 3. Warp to within 0 meters. That should get me somewhere. So this down here is like my dashboard while I'm flying. These are my mining lasers. This is my survey scanner. This is like warping through the solar systems. So this is definitely an asteroid belt. So I'm going to go into the same overview, and then I'm just going to pick the mining. I'm going to click distance, and then I can see all the asteroids. I really want to be, let's just zoom out. You can see I can zoom out pretty far. There's a couple of pirates out here, so I better get my drones launched here. Launching my defense drones. As you can see, I'm getting attacked here by local pirates. But as it's pretty high security, they are usually not that powerful. So my drones can kind of pick them off pretty easily. Now they're just like a little bit of cargo floating in space I can pick up at some point. So my drones do that automatically. The lower security zone I go into, the worse the pirates are going to be. And these are just like game-generated pirates. You can also run into player pirates. Well, what I was doing is I was zooming out to see like the shape of the asteroid belt here, and say, oh, I want to go like towards the middle here. So that's the one. I'm just gonna choose an asteroid, lock target, and got that one. There we go. And then I'm gonna choose approach up here. So as I said, I don't need a joystick. I can just use my mouse here. This is my survey scanner. You can see I just pinged it, and now I get like a list of different asteroids here within a 20-kilometer radius. This one, for instance, looks kind of interesting. It has a high content, that's the number, the quantity of ore that's in it. So I think I'm actually going to approach that one instead. I want to mine that one. Let's see, how about this one? Probably not. I've got one here. So the main way that you navigate everything in Eve is by using left or right click menus and different things out here. One of the things that's interesting here is the star map. Let's look at that for an instance. This here is a 3D model of the Eve galaxy, the universe that you're in. Right here's a tiny cross where when you point to it, it says you are here. And every tiny dot that you see is a star system. The green ones are the high security ones, the yellow one are like the medium security ones, and all the red ones are the low security ones. So out here you need to be part of a big corporation that kind of inhabits certain star systems to be able to really survive. So let's see, I've got, did I go towards that one? Oh, let's see. Oh, lock target. I need to do that. There we go. Let's choose that one. Let's stop here. I've got something within range. Let's just ping the scanner again so I get like a more recent update. What I've got here. Yeah. So that one is at 6.03. I think that's that one. Let's start by mining that one. So as I said, this is like really quiet and relaxed in low security or in high security space like this. I can just hang out here for half an hour and mine the asteroids and fill up my cargo space and make some money. Down here you can see that my strip miners have started blinking. Yes, this is the very exciting life of an asteroid miner in Eve. Someday I might show you my fighter pilot as well, or maybe take her out with just buy a small frigate and just fly out and do some missions and show you how that works out. I like the fact that there's things for all style of players. If you want to do like politics and corporate trading and stuff like that, there's giant guilds that does that. If you want giant space battles, guilds have space battles as well. And everything you see in here that's a machine, like for instance my ship, is player built. So someone had to mine the ore, get the blueprints, refine the ore, get all the basic stuff, get the blueprints for all the basic stuff, put it all together and then put it up for sale for me to be able to buy this ship. So every item in the game is the pricing is dependent on whether or not people like me spend a lot of time of mining and whether or not our prices are fair or not when we set our stuff up for sale. I can choose when I sell my ore to either just sell it at the price in the system I'm in. I can fly to a main trading point. I can go and see if there's any specific systems like 16 jump gates away that wants to buy my ore for a significantly higher price than market. I can see how much they want to buy. And if I have a cargo that kind of matches that and I think it's worth it, I might want to spend the time flying 16 jumps. Again, depending on whether or not I can find a route that doesn't go through too low a security zone. Because there's like players in there who spend their time guarding the jump gates, and if you freight expensive stuff, you'll get shut down. And you can insure your ship, but depending on market prices on ship, you can't always secure it to the real value of the ship. So yes, you can explore the galaxy. You can just if I go into here in Warp 2, you can see I get a list of different things out here, and each of these are a type. Let me see. If I sort by type, you can see there are here 4 stargates. And stargates will jump me to a different system, and the name of that system is here. And it's a pretty big galaxy. So you can find places where there's not a lot of people, and when you scan in a system, besides finding just like me scanning for ore, you can scan for wormholes, and then there's like tiny universes inside wormholes. Some of them are more stable than others, so you might find a wormhole with an unstable entrance, and that might get shut off, and you're going to have to search the wormhole for a different exit entrance point. So there's a lot of it's a pretty complex universe. Let me see, is there anything in chat I missed? Play pirates. Play super. So what else is there to talk about? Well, Anderson Iron Fleet and some of the different skills that you can train are different skills that will boost like your output either in combat or defense or mining for the rest of the fleet that you're running with. You can see my miners down here, they just run automatically as long as there's still content in that asteroid I'm aiming at. It let me see, I think I'm actually gonna put this one on the other one. There we go. Oh, with that. That is my boyfriend mining that one, so I should maybe not mine that one. Let's just mine that big one. It's a Veldspar, it's a pretty common material, but I can refine it pretty okay. So let's target that one. There we go. No one else is mining that one because there's so much else out here. Put that one there. Oh yeah, exactly. We've been doing that when we've been in some slightly lower security where there's been like more pirates. Anders has been flying around shooting the different pirates that spawn in the asteroid belts, or been going on missions. So you can have corporations. There's pretty big player corporations in here. There's a lot of politics, giant space battles sometimes over contested areas, as it's a game that's been running for a pretty long time. The game is from Iceland. There's actually a big stone, or is it 3 different stones? A sculpture in Iceland with the names of players engraved on them. So me and Anders' characters have our names engraved on that that commemorative sculpture in Iceland. So that's kind of funny. But we've been in different corporations and working together, doing different stuff, mostly mining corporations. The last corporation we were in, the reason we both left in disgust in 2014, because they did some changes in the game that all of a sudden attracted a lot of PvP players who thought it was fun to just shoot down miners. And when you spend over 1 billion credits on your ship, and you only get like 4 million in one load when you're mining here, it takes quite a bit of time mining for one of the big ships. So it was like all the time you've invested in skilling up your character as a miner kind of went away back then, when all the PvPers came in and blew up everything they saw. But now, so far as I've seen in chat, there hasn't been a lot of complaints about that, and has been talking to some other. There's a lot of people who are like us, people who's been away for a couple of years but is returning to EVE to see what's it like, and it seems like a lot of the PvPers went away. I'm pretty happy about that. If someone tries to shoot me up unprovoked out here, there's a built-in security system in the high security areas. So the higher the security rating, the more policed by the game the area will be, and there will be like droid and droid ships coming out to attack anyone that does unprovoked attacks. But there was a built-in function where you could declare war on corporations, and the corporation we were in, people just constantly declared war on us, and that might have been fun for like the fighter pilots in our corporation, but it wasn't a lot of fun for miners, because that meant that if someone from the other corp shot at us because there was this war declaration, the police units wouldn't come and shoot them down because they paid a certain amount of money to be able to do this war declaration on us. And we were just a really, really tiny new corporation. So, well, you can say that, Searle. Especially as a miner, the rarer ores and asteroids are in the low security areas. You can get a lot in 0.7 and 0.6, so that you don't have to go below the 0.5 zone, depending on how high your level in different skills like refining efficiency and mining and stuff like that. You kind of skill your way to get as high a yield as possible from what you're mining. If you're mainly a fighter pilot and spend your time and your skill queue on fighter pilot things, you might have like one tiny miner and only go like hunting for very rare ore inside wormholes or stuff like that. Of course, the rarer the ore and the more useful it is in different kinds of manufacturing, the more value it has on the market, because it's a player-based market. If nobody needs it, it's not going to be worth a lot of money. As to skills, you buy books, and it's not like you won't have like access to every skill right away. There's a skill system where you have to have like some base skills in an area before you can upgrade and specialize. So you are actually skill-wise rewarded for spending being active in the game. It's a pay-to-play game. You pay on a monthly basis, but and if you want to, there's microtransactions. Like if you want to buy skill point boosts or want to be able to train 2 characters on your account, because otherwise you can only train 1 character because it's a real-time training queue. So it's depending on the time you are in front. Not online. It actually trains while you're not online. So that's a nice thing. If you have work or go to school, it's nice coming home, opening up the computer, and seeing that your character has actually skilled up in something while you were away. So I remember that was one of the things I enjoyed about it a lot, that I could be active in a game even though I didn't have that much time for playing. So I'm just ranting. If you have any questions, everybody, or backseat gaming, feel free to ask. This is like the slow-paced life of a miner. You can see what I'm doing here is working on filling up the hull. My ore hold here. Got 3 different kinds of ore down here. The one is just like a tiny bit, because that was when I shortly aimed my lasers at the asteroid Anders' mining as well. Graphically, one of the things that I've liked about this universe from the beginning is that when I like zoom out and look around at the skybox, all these different colors you see here, they are consistent. So if I start warping towards this red area, it will grow and grow and grow until I'm inside it, and I might be able to warp out the other side. So these are actually areas inside the skybox that if you're lost and you know that your home planet is at least in that tiny red dot in the night sky, you can just start planning a route towards that area. When you've explored a bit of space, you're going to get a list down here, like the one I have under this tab called Personal Assets. I'll just open this one up. Look at how many different little windows you can open up here at once. So I'm opening up this one, and these are the assets I have in different star systems. Everything here is, if I go in here in Uhinichi, State War Academy, I can see I have some umber and some silvery umber. Because I'm a miner, I use a system where if I find like an interesting asteroid belt with some good ores, and these are good ores, I will leave a tiny bit in that star system in a hangar. In this case, in the State War Academy stations, I left these to remind myself that if I go there, these will be the things I can find in the asteroid belts. If I go in here, it says I have 2 items, and the route is 9 jumps. You can see one here with 8 jumps, Todaki. All I have here is a civilian mining laser, so it's probably just something I left behind. Sandkassen, some Veldspar, so probably something I dumped. These here you can see, this is where I'm at now, the system I'm in Omaha Island. You can see I have a lot of different ships here. A couple of them are fighting ships, and this one, for instance, show info. This is my Condor. If I go into the description, it's fast and agile, not very suitable for trading or mining, and best used as an assault vessel in a hit-and-run type of operations. That's because I've spent a lot of time with this character, so besides all my mining skills, I've built up some combat skills as well. So I fly missions sometimes to earn, I can't remember if it's called reputation or what it's called, but I get some kind of standing with different factions if I run missions for them. And if the better the standing I have with a station that has a refinery system, the better the price for me to use their facilities for refining. So everything is like an you try to kind of gather all the different advantages you can to kind of get the most from it. I love playing these math games to get my skill set up for the best kind of trading. But as I said, I also have some fighter pilot. When I want to, I can go and fly some missions. That might not be today because right now I'm just like making a bit money so I can make sure I can buy whatever equipment I want. They've done some changes on some of the ships since I've been here last. For instance, my main ship, my giant industrial Orca, the ship that I use when I fly out with a big fleet of miners. It's got some more options for putting on equipment, so I definitely need to re-equip that one to make it as efficient as possible. And I have to get look at all my tiny fighters for mission runs and see if they've lost abilities or gained abilities that make them more or less suited for different kinds of mission running. So let me see if I miss anything in chat. I'm just talking and talking. Oh, congratulations, Syl, on becoming a flag captain. But let's see. I am mining actively, I can see. So still working on filling up the hull. Each of these strip miners, it's like when I like mouse over them, you can see that the stats for each piece of equipment. And this one will take like a little below 1174 cubic meters per 162 seconds. So when your ore hold is 27,500 square cubic meters, that takes a little while. You can see down here in my inventory, there's an estimated price of everything that I have in my inventory. If I mark each here individually, it says that the estimated price for this amount of Azure Pleasure Glaze would be 2.5 million ISK, and this would be not so much because that's a very, very tiny amount, and this would be like 1 million ISK. So you can always see when you mine what the estimated price is, but you have to remember that the estimated price is based on the market price across the universe. So you might be in a system where the real price is 20% lower than the estimated price. So you also have to have some market skills to be able to kind of look out into the universe and see what the price is in different systems, and if you should maybe go to an entirely different system and do some mining. Hi Shingen, welcome to the chat. Are you an... Oh, if I only mine? No, I don't only mine. I also do mission running, which is the PvE part of being a fighter pilot. And a lot of that is running out and either saving someone from very, very overpowered forces, trying to do it fast and get away without getting killed, or it can be kill missions. So there's a lot of different missions. There can be mining missions. You can do missions within mining, trading, manufacturing, I think, as well. So almost every aspect of the game, there's some kind of mission running in it. And over time, I think I've done most of it. There's some exploration things too, where you can do some archaeology-like things, where you kind of scan the systems and go and find abnormalities. And let's see if I right-click out here. Structures, no. I think I have to kind of scan the system, and I can't really remember how the hell I did. Oh, how the heck I did that. I haven't set a PG rating for my stream, so I'm trying to keep it slightly clean. Yeah, exactly, Captain Sardonic. And if you like, one of the things that I mentioned as one of the first things in the stream is like, if you're a player like me, who have days where my arms and hands don't really work, I don't have a lot of power, my coordination is really screwed up, I wouldn't be able to land a ship, dock a ship in Elite Dangerous. But since in this game all I have to do is right-click the screen, find the station, choose a station from a list, go to dock and click there, I can have a pretty bad day and still be a pretty decent pilot in EVE. And it doesn't change my... I mean, I still have the chance of doing mining and trading and stuff like that. It might not be the best thing to do, like hardcore mission running. If you have a bad day motion-wise, but you can do a lot of things even on a bad day. So so that's one of the things that stops me in a lot of the other games, is because they actually reward players for being physically able, while this game rewards me for spending time and being good at planning the skill set that my character has. So, and I know that's not something a lot of people think about if you're like a pretty normal functioning, because well, it's not an orca. This one is a retriever. So I have an orca parked in my garage, but this is my retriever. It has a pretty decent cargo hold, and I have a drone bay, so I can have like my defense drones out. If I wanted to, I could have some extra mining drones instead. My orca is usually for when I just want to, if I want to do some housework and Anders, my boyfriend, wants to go mining, I can set him up with the orca and put it in an asteroid belt, and he can have access to the fleet hangar, and he can just dump his cargo in there while we do household chores or something else. It's really good for long-term mining. Because and it has some it's of course set up to also do ice mining if I need to do that as well. Oh, bad days comes and goes, Captain Sardonic. Try not to focus too much on that. That's the non-fun part of life. So this is like the fun part of it, and it's a good distraction. Instead of just sitting in the couch or something like that, you can feel like, hey, at least my character in Eve is doing some badass mining. Let's see if I can just turn down the camera a bit and show you. Let me see. Thank you for the follow, Caesar. Is that how it's supposed to be said, like Caesar? If you can see, my Christmas decoration has come up under the ceiling here. I'm pretty happy about that. And my our Darth Vader in the background. Also, if you look right next to Darth Vader's head, you can see the Lego Death Star. Anders finished building that one. I mean, it's really not in focus or anything, but I just really wanted to show that one off. Let's scroll this one down again. Get a decent size on it. My face isn't plastered all over the screen. There we go. So as my regular viewers knows, once every hour I take a short break, around 10 minutes, to just stretch my legs, get me a cup of coffee, and I usually run for 2 to 3 hours. Something very slow paced like this. If I have enough to talk about, we might run for 3 hours. But right now it's about time for my break. I am gonna cut the sound and the camera, and I'm just gonna keep it on Eve, because the ship can keep on mining for a little bit longer for sure while I fix some stuff. And I will be back. That will be around 5 minutes past the hour. So video off, and see you all in 10 minutes. Have a good break. Okay, that should be video and sound back. So thank you all for hanging out during the break. You can see I'm still working on managing this. Almost got my ore hold filled. Let's see, let me just go through what chat has been up to while I've been away here. Thank you to all the new people in chat. Good to see you here. Feel free to hang out and be friendly. And, well, yeah, just hang out. Oh, there's been quite a bit of chat actually. Let me see. Zazul, I think this is a nerd stream. Well, it might be a bit of a nerd stream. Well, there's definitely a lot of information to absorb when you play a game like this. When you start out, I can try taking you through like the startup process of what you're going through when you start a new character. When you start a new character, you automatically start in a high security 1.0 area. So it's pretty safe to go out and do stuff. Just be aware that there are pirates. So when you get your starter ship, make sure that you have like both a mining laser and a tiny gun to put on your ship. There is a built-in tutorial that if you follow that one, I remember the first time we started out, my boyfriend was a little bit against tutorials, which means that he got utterly lost with what what he was supposed to do within the first half hour. So it's a game where it's a good idea to just go through the first steps of the tutorial until you kind of get your footing with what you want to do with the game. You start out with a tiny ship that makes it possible for you to either go out and fight low-level pirates in this high-security asteroid belt area. There's some low-level missions you can fly, so you can earn some ISK, which is the currency in game. You can go mining if that's what you prefer to do. When you create your character, you choose between the 4 races, and you choose what you are. It's like choosing class, but instead of choosing class, you choose like different traits that affects the different stats that your character has. Let's go in here and look at my character. When I go into this attribute, you can see I have different points here. So it's like classic RPG. So if you think about it, this is RPG. It's just a space RPG. I can interact with all the other players as I want to. Did I stop mining that one? Why did I stop mining that one? Oh, my hole is full. That's why. Let me just get this one docked and then I can talk a bit more about the character. Stations, I think, where I'm at. Can't remember. Let's go to my personal assets. I think it's this one. Yeah, that's where my ships are. Right click and dock. And then it just auto docks. In low security systems, I would like walk to within 100 meters and then dock myself, because there might be a little fly-in time when you do the auto dock thing. I have these different attributes, very classic RPG attributes: perception, memory, willpower, intelligence, and charisma. And they affect they affect different skills that I can work on. So different attributes, they will give you different advantages with certain kinds of skills. Besides these points, I have augmentations, I have implants, so I'm a cyborg. I have different things here. You can see there's a tiny eye for information out here. I just stopped, that's why the screen blacked out. If I press this information, I can go in and view every module that I have. Like this one gives me a 3 bonus to perception. It shows me the attributes of the object, the requirements. This is important because this tells me the skills that I need to have. Like I need to have science at 3 and cybernetics at 1 to be able to use this one. So to use augmentations, you need to train as well. So training of skills is is pretty central to the game. And in some ways I think it's a good thing because it makes it so that that you have to follow a certain learning curve. There's a natural learning curve for your character, and it's for a very, very high level skill. Of course, you have to spend several days learning a very high level skill. It's okay, Welshie. I follow the law of robotics as well as I can. Oh, I really love it if I could be a cyborg. I could think about a couple of cybernetic implants I could use from some of the shows I've seen over the years. And I wouldn't really mind having a perception implant or like a memory augmentation implant so I could remember a lot more. Oh yeah, that's true. You can own a planet. You can build space stations. You can build everything from small things like manufacturing ammunition for guns, up to building space station and giant ships. So this is the character again. There's something here you can see that's called jump clones. I have jump clone availability. The storyline in this universe is that humanity worked on populating the universe, the known universe, when they suddenly fell upon a gate that led to this galaxy. And there was a mass expansion of humans, and after that happened, the gate broke down and closed access back to our origins. Every character is an immortal, so we live via clones. So when we die, we have certain clone levels. You can see here I have a total of 8.4 million skill points. I have to make sure that my clones are upgraded to a level that can actually contain those skill points. So the more skill points you have, the higher level clones you need to have. A jump clone is a clone you have in a different system where you can kind of jump your consciousness to that other clone. So so that's one more thing of like the backstory of the universe. There's like 4 different, there's like the 4 major factions I mentioned earlier. Some are more warrior-like, some are more technology-minded. Depending on what you want to be when you create your character, you can see that the 4 different races has different attributes, and the backstory that you make will affect your different attributes. So you can see in here, if you participate in some major corporation things, you can have ranks, you can get medals, or there can be permissions that you have to do certain things within those corporations. And all of that is, as I keep on mentioning, that's player-based. I have no kill rights. These are my standings with different factions. It's split in two, who I'm liked by and who I'm disliked by. You can see I'm not disliked by that many, and those are mainly pirate factions. And then I've been running some mission for certain of the races, so some of the other races, they don't really like me that much at the moment. So I have like a bad standing there. But I've been running missions in a lot of different systems and for different corporations to get my standings up. So right now you can see the corporate police force. No matter what system I run into the corporate police force, I will have a better trading standing, so I get better prices for everything. Well, yeah, it has that Star Trek thing that it's like a developed universe because it's been on for such a long time, and it has a high level of loyalty amongst players. So even though you go away for even a couple of years, you come back. Here you can see you have an option. There's something called Plex. Because this is a pay-to-play game where you pay for every month you play. As a player, you can go in and you can buy something called Plex. Then you can sell it in the game market, and other players can pay you in ISK, the in-game currency, if they want that play time. So people who are like, you want money in-game, well, you can buy a Plex, and then you can see you can get like a billion or something like that for it, estimated. So someone who might not have the real life money but a lot of game time, they can give you a lot of in-game money to get the game time. So those are an option if you're someone who spends a lot of time collecting money in-game. Then there's skins. Skins are for basically all the different kinds of ships. You can now buy skins, and there's a lot of different kind of ships, so you can go totally nuts there. And honestly, I think that's okay. Having transactions with skins and stuff like that doesn't really affect the in-game. So am I missing? What do I need in chat? Find me a vampire game to stream. Oh, I can find a vampire game to stream. I have just the right RPG for that. What's it called? It's called Forsaken World, I think. There's a vampire race in there you can play, and they wear extremely skimpy outfits, and they're a bit of a manga style. I think I remember that one is a free to play, and it has a very funny pet quest thingy where you can kind of work. There's there's an instance you can go into get eggs, and then you try to hatch the eggs and get as high level a pet as possible. So I have a vampire game on the menu for when we need to balance it out for Zazu, but today it's the sci-fi thing. And I know I am talking a lot, but it's a lot of basics to cover if you want to cover all the basics in a game like this one. So I thought we might want to look a little bit at my different ships. I can go in here and then I can mark the different ships, like for instance Clementine, which is my Orca. I can make that one active. And you can see here, this is my Orca. This is my big industrial machine. I was just told that I forgot my drones in the asteroid belt, so I might just have to go and scoop those up. That's like a standard thing to forget if you're slightly distracted. So I'll just change back to my retriever or something. I can change to my. There we go. Retriever waffles. There we go. Make active. Are you still in the asteroid belt? I'm gonna warp to Fleet Member here. Just undock and warp out to Anders so I can scoop my drones back into my drone bay. Must admit, I've lost quite a bit of drones by being distracted. So, Fleet chat, Mason Green, warp to member, there we go. I only use like the cheapest drones because if you use like extremely high-tech drones, you need to be better than me at remembering to pick them up every time you go in and out. So, oh, let me see what chat is saying while I'm warping. Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, I played Vampire the Masquerade, not the computer game, but the RPG. Isn't it? I think it's called White Wolf. Played vampire and meshed it up with werewolf and yeah, all those from that series. It was quite entertaining. But I never tried playing the computer game. So let's see, general. Where are my drones? Can I see them? Oh, there they are. Drone bay. Ah, well. Scoop to drone bay. Scoop to drone bay. I used to be a Malkavian when I played the RPG. Played a played a Malkavian nurse, a nurse in a psychiatric ward. I had the night shift because that was a good lunchbox for vampire, and it fit me well as a Malkavian to be in a psych ward. So, scoop to drone bay. There, I think I still need a couple of them. Let me just. There we go. Scoop to drone bay. There we go. Oh, there's Mason, my boyfriend. Let's look at him for a moment. Look at. He is driving a Mackinac, another miner. I'd need to find I don't have the books for it, so I'd need to kind of find an online version if I had to be a game master for that. Oh, wait a second, there's something I can target. Let's launch my drones and kill that thing. There we go. Fight that one. Oh, that was pretty easy. Well, my ore hole was actually full, so I better get this one docked and go back to showing up my ships. But before I do that, let me remember to return to Drone Bay and get my drones back in this time. So, stations, was it this one? I think it's, let's go to my personal assets. Yeah, that one. Oh, what did I just do? I'm not sure what I just did. Let's just do this. Dock. Yeah, there we go. I need drones because I haven't really got any defense mounted on my ship besides that. This is a mining ship. If I was like doing mission runs in a frigate that had railguns and some missile launchers, I wouldn't need any drones. But these are combat drones. Since this is high security, I could do like a mixed load of drones. I could do like 2 or 3 combat drones, and then have the rest filled with mining drones to kind of get a bit more return on the time I spent mining. So in high security, when you fly out with a starter ship, for instance, you will usually fly in a ship that's a small ship that you can use both for low-level mission running and for low-level mining. So you'll have both like a mining laser and a railgun mounted on it. And then as you advance throughout the game and skill up, if you skill up as a miner, you will automatically be better at mining and refining high-level ore, so you'll be able to buy a bit of mining equipment. If you're a mission runner, you'll be able to do higher level missions and get your standing that way. If you're a trader, you can do it through running trade runs. I haven't really been into the political part of it ever. I've always like preferred being in you know, tiny mining corps where we're just like me and my boyfriend and some of the people that we run into in game, you know, forming a small corporation and just have a bit of fun for as long as it lasts. And sometimes it lasts for a couple of weeks, sometimes you're in a corporation that lasts for several months, and that's awesome. That's again a rant that all started out with a question about whether you needed drones or not. The answer is, in high sec, you don't need them. You will have time to warp out. The pirates aren't that threatening. But also you will be in a very tiny ship, so you risk being shut out. If you get killed, you'll end up in a pod. The pod you can use to walk back to the station, and NPCs won't pod kill you. Only players will pod kill you. And if players pod kill you, they will get a bounty on their head, and that will make them more attractive to kill for other people who run bounty hunting. So ranting. That's why this is a good game for me to stream, because I can rant a lot, especially when it's the first time I'm streaming it. I rant so much that I'm drinking lukewarm or cold coffee most of the time, but that's acceptable. So, back to showing off of ships. So let's start out here. I have an Osprey. Let's make that one active. You can see this is a very different ship. It might remind you a little bit about a vessel you know from somewhere. It is not a Firefly class, but I go in here and I do show info, and you can see at the moment this ship is uninsured. You pay insurance for your ships to make sure that you get some of your money refunded if you get shut down. Let's just expand this window a bit. Let's see requirements here. This is a cruiser. You can see these are again skill sets that you need to a certain level to be able to fly this ship. Besides flying it, you can go for mastery of a certain class of ships. Mastery, again, will show you a certain level of skill sets that you need to be able to master. And this is like, if you go through this mastery plan, you will have all the skills for what the game considers the optimal equipment for this ship if you want to fly it. So if you kind of get your hands on a ship and you aren't really sure about how to equip it, try going into the mastery. You can see with this here, I'm into mastery level 4 at the moment out of 5. You can see I have a few in 5 as well, 2 out of 7. So it's all something that you work towards, and again each skill takes a certain amount of time. If I want to go to energy grid upgrades level 5, it'll take me 9 days. So and I already have like 21 days in my skill queue at the moment. So depending on what you're working towards, what kind of ship you're trying to fly, depending on which career you've chosen, that'll show you what skills you need. But as you can see, everything you can go in and see what like the requirements is. Let me see if I can remember how to use the marketplace. It's so long since I've been in here. Regional market, yes. This is the regional market. I have a lot of different categories in here of things I can buy. You can see it's these are like just the headlines, categories. So under ammunition you've got missiles, heavy missiles, mining crystals, scripts, different things in this class, and so forth with everything. So in this region you can buy blueprints for ships, and it's blueprint for shuttles, it's Caldari shuttles, and it's the Caldari shuttle. A shuttle is a transport ship, basically just for you, if you want to jump from one station to something that's like 32 jump gates away. This is a very, very fast shuttle for transportation. It doesn't have a lot of space, but it's something that if you're just going to, for instance, pick up a couple of skill books, and you have to travel a long way because it's some high level rare skills, shuttles are nice to have. Oh, those bots in chat, that's amazing. Oh, I think it's great that Nightbot is really defensive of its territory. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, we need to figure out how to get those two to get along. That's awesome. That's awesome. So when you go in here and let's see, is there any skills in here? Not really. Can't I go beyond the regional market? There's like I can't remember if there's more than 2 regional markets. Multi-buy. Oh no, that's not what I'm supposed to. I'm just messing around right now.
Ja, browse filters.
Oh, there you go. Here you can go, I can browse by station, solar system or region. So I'm gonna go by region here. Then you can see I got everything up here. Now I got all the categories. I've got show only available. So let's look at this. Skills, you can see here, these are all skill books. So when you equip a ship, it's like everything. It's like, it's not just warfare, it's anti warfare. You've got shields, you've got scanners, you've got targeting, different levels of targeting systems, you've got defense against targeting systems, and you build up your skills in all these different things so that, oh, my camera went up into the ceiling. Let's see if I can get that one fixed. Tech issues. Always tech issues. Nah, I think that's okay. Yeah. What a nice ceiling I have. Oh, hi, Morwen. Good to see you. Death Star Cam. Yeah, definitely. So, skills is, yeah, everything. And when you get your missile, you get your rail guns and you get your missile launchers, then you have to kind of figure out, well, what kind of ammo do I want to use? What kind of missiles do I want to use? And then you train skills to make sure that you can increase the range of your scanners, increase the range of your missile launchers and stuff like that. My nose is itching. That's so annoying. Pilot services. I can't remember having seen this one before. Oh, pilot licensing servicing. 30-day pilots. Yeah, of course, that's where you go in, and that's like the in-game currency to buy 30 days of game time. So, but as you can see, everything in here. If I go into blueprints, you got all the same categories here. If you go in and see if you want to go manufacturing and research, for instance, components and materials. Most players are specialized in something. Of course, you specialize in something, and then sometimes you get like kind of bored with that one specialty. Like, for instance, I'm mining and refining and marketing skills. But then I get a little bit bored, and then I make another character who's a mission runner and a fighter pilot, and start building skills on her instead. But it's a good thing that you kind of go back and forth. But in the end, you might as well build the fighter pilot skills on the same character that you're building your manufacturing skills on. Because it's going to take you the same time if you build it on the same account. They have an option where you can like pay extra, and then you can train skills on more than one character on your account at the same time. But otherwise you'll have to have like 2 accounts to be able to train skills on 2 different characters at the same time. You can see there's skins for ships in here. Besides all the ships, if we go in here, we can go in and you can see there's special edition ships. There's like the main categories. These are like the main categories when you go for skill training. Are you going for a battle cruiser, battleship, capital ships, industrial ships? Are you going to be a fighter pilot in a tiny frigate? Or are you going to be a freighter, like a truck runner, just going for trading and freight running? Then you could go in here on the industrial ships. Then you've got advanced command. Like here you've got the ore ships, where you've got the Orca that I have and the Porpoise. You've got standard industrial ships within the different races, and or that is its own faction that works outside of the 4 races. So I'm an ore pilot most of the time, but I also have some Caldari skills to fly some different freighters. Let's go in here and see frigates, maybe destroyers, advanced destroyers, command destroyers. Let's go in and look here at this one. Here you go. This is a command destroyer. Let's see, if you go into fitting, you can see that it has 6 high power slots. High power slots are slots where you will typically place weapons. So when you have a fighter ship, it will have a lot of high power slots. Low power slots is places where you will put cargo rigs or shielding or stuff like that. Medium power slots you will usually use for either defensive tech or cargo scanning, or depending on whether you're pirating and trying to steal people's cargo, or if you're trying to defend yourself from NPC pirates when you're running missions. Yes, you can build your own ships, Worldsheep, but it's quite an endeavor to actually build your own ship. If I remember correctly, Anders is at the moment able to build our own shuttles. Isn't that true? Yeah, he did a lot of production skills, so he's able to build shuttles at the moment. There's some different things about research and blueprints, and let's try looking at the blueprint section again under ships. Let's try taking something something huge like a battle cruiser here, Caldari battle cruiser. Let's take a Drake blueprint here and go into information. You can see here you have to have Industry 1, that's the required skill to use this one, but that's for manufacturing. Then there's something for material efficiency research, so you can optimize a blueprint. So then there's time efficiency research, so your manufacturing time goes down. You can copy blueprints and sell them on. For this blueprint, you need a certain amount of minerals to be able to build this blueprint, and this is like the count of all the different minerals you'll have to buy to build it. And that's how people like me earn our money. It's by selling you all these different things that people need to build the different ships. But I'm also dependent on the fact that someone will build the ships that I want to fly. So so the market is pretty well regulated, I'd say. It's a pretty stable market. It's not like a freestyle build where you can just if I want to, I could take my let's just close these down. I can take my ship here and I can rename it and call it Serenity if I want to. As you can see, you can just go in here and you can change the name. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Change name. I am though pretty sure that this won't be the only ship named Serenity, so now if I go and show info on this ship, it will still be an Osprey, but the name of it will be Serenity. All ships are single crew, but some of the big, for instance, the big ships, like in the industrial class, the Orca I'm flying, or some of the very big battleships, they're made to actually fly support for a fleet of smaller ships. So when you have a ship like that, you'll have skills that affect your fleet. Let me just go into my character again. Skill sets. Let me see. Fleet support here. You can see I have leadership skills, mining foreman skills, skirmish command. All of this grants different boosts to the fleet I'm with. So big battleships are very expensive. They are hard to buy or find often, because they're often specially built for the corporation who wants them, by the corporation who wants them, or certain models of ships are mainly built by perhaps only one corporation that has all the mining facilities to produce the elements to build the ship. And that way there's like only a set amount of battleships or big industrial ships in the universe, because it depends on people needing them, because they're not really necessary unless you are flying more than one person. So that was a rant about capital ships. I'm not naming any of my ship for anything for the Alien universe. I absolutely love Ripley, but I'm not playing her. That's a tough life. Well, this was my Osprey. If I go in here to fittings, does this one need repair? Let me see. I can't remember. Get repair quote. Nothing to repair. No. But when you want to fly, choose different careers and go through different level of careers, as you skill up, it will affect the efficiency of your ship. So something that in the beginning might look like a pretty useless ship, because you don't have the skills for the modules you need to make it a really awesome ship, and you need to really level up in different electronics requirements to be able to have a power grid that can support the elements you need to make it a more and more powerful ship. So everything is like interconnected that way. And since the game's been there since 2003, they've had a lot of years to kind of tweak everything to a level where it works really, really well. If you look out here, talking about mission running, you can see that out here I've got some suggestions for missions I can run. These are agents, and some of them are available to me or not available to me. This can depend on whether or not I have the right standing with a faction, because you have to get a higher standing with a faction to be able to fly higher level missions for them. And high level missions will require you to skill up and equip whatever ship you have to run to be able to run. Missions are also very specific, and you can lose at least you used to be able to lose some reputation if you didn't finish your missions within a certain time. So but as I said, this one is more for mission running. That was my... Then I have a Condor. You can see already there's some ammo here. So let's try equipping this one. Make active. You can see this. This is a combat ship too. Let's go in here and look at the fitting for this one. You can see I've got 2 light missile launchers, a rocket launcher, and then I've got one available slot here. It's got a pretty decent power grid. Its power grid is bigger than what I have on my Retriever. I have ECM, and I have a shield booster. So this is what I'm using for mission running. I also have a mining laser upgrade 1 on it for some reason, so I'm guessing I might have had a mining laser equipped in that last high slot. So I think this might be the ship I bought to run low security mining when we were in that wormhole with the last corp we were with. Yeah, I think that's the one. So that's a combat ship. Really pretty, actually. You can see up here the capacitor. It says it's stable. You can turn these modules on and off and see how much it kind of affects your power grid. So you might, in the beginning, before you learn the system, I remember it was like, oh, I need something really, really powerful to put on my ship because it has to be really, really awesome. And then you put like one module on and it totally drained your power grid. Until I figured out that I have to kind of be more observant of what kind of ammunition I was using and making sure I had the right type of missile launcher that was optimal for this type of a ship. Then I've got my Corax here. This is a gunboat. You might be able to see that. Yep. Uninsured at the moment. I have it, let's go in here, that fitting window there. You can see I've got some more options with this one. So this is my hard-hitting gunboat. The thing is that depending on what you are running, what type of missions you're running, you might need a very small and agile ship that'll like turn on a corner and just really speed out there, or you might need something that is a really hard-hitting one like this one, depending on whether you're doing like a battle quest or whether you're doing rescue the victims from the burning wreck mission kind of thingy. So that's not true, Zazo. I understand what you're writing when you're writing in Deutsch. Ich verstehe. At least when it's at like a conversational level. Let's see, am I missing stuff in chat again? I'm just ranting and ranting. Oh, you're just speaking Deutsch. A chest, you need face hugs. Benighted. Chest burst. Yeah, face hugs and chest burst. Of course, I just missed that for a moment. Oh, biscuits. That makes me think about the Red 17 every time someone say biscuits. He does great biscuits. Oh, that was me abstracting on chat. You can see in this one, I have an adaptive invulnerability field, that's a shield again, and a shield extender. And all these are kind of working on the different layers of shield you have on your ship. Has like, it has the hull, and then it has like different layers of shield, and depending on the size of the boat you can have better or worse shields. And like with everything else, the bigger the shield, the more power requirements it has. So everything has to be balanced. Oh, now I'm getting peckish for biscuits. What's cookie in Danish? Småkager. It means tiny cakes, but out in one word. So, småkager. Said in my very own local accent. As you can see here, I have some different saved fittings for different ships. Some people do like optimal fittings for whether you want to build a blockade runner, black ops ship, and you can go in and you can kind of do some searches on that. There's so much content that I'm really just ranting in east and west and north and south all at once, and maybe a little bit in the middle and along the edges as well. But there's a lot of different ways that the game will try to help you find the way that is the optimal way to play for you. So that's Dummy, my Corax, my gunship. What haven't I shown you? Actually a shuttle. This is a shuttle. I think this is actually the shuttle that Andis is producing. This is a tiny ship. If I zoom up, you'll see that it takes up no space whatsoever in here compared to the others. If I go into its inventory here, you can see it can carry 10 cubic meters of objects. That means that you might be able to freight some skill books, but you won't be able to freight anything big in this one. So it's really just to travel really, really fast. And its main attributes is that this is a really, really fast ship. You want a fast ship, especially if you are doing tiny cargoes through low security space. So kiks. In Danish that's kiks. So K-I-K-S. And the difference between a småkage is a cookie. Kiks can be like a tuck cracker. It's more like a cracker. So and in Swedish, kexe is or kex is can also in I think when you buy bags of tiny waffles, it will also say kex. So it kind of covers a wide area. So we're closing in on the hour again, so I'm gonna take another short break, make sure I walk around a little. I'm not done ranting, so I'll just, shut down the... Oh, there's a kitty. There's a good kitty. There's a good kitty. Yeah. Getting some attention. Okay. Yeah, let me just find my OBS. I'm shutting off camera, and I'm gonna shut down sound, and then I'm gonna see whoever is still here in 10 minutes. Enjoy the break. And I think we are back again. Let me just put these on. There we go. I have a bit of silent game music as a background. As usually I have no sound on. I haven't really figured out how to capture the game sound yet. I should probably sit down and do like a technical run through of OBS and figure out how to do all the different stuff. But that's the thing about being a casual streamer. It's never going to be on the same level like, you know, when Anna does something, she's like, that is high-tech quality stuff that she does with her camera and sound. But I might be able to do a little bit better in the long run. So that was my welcome back rant, a little bit about cameras and microphones. And a mentioning of Anna, so that if we have anyone in stream who does not know who Anna is, they can get acquainted with her channel, which is Geek Girly Gamer Geek. It's been so long since I've had time to watch her. Why can't Geek Girly Gaming, isn't it? Don't punish me. I'm distracted. Geek Girly Gaming. Never heard of Anna. So you're lying to me. I just know it. Yeah. Yeah, she's rebranding to Anna Geeks. So she has her own website and she is an awesome streamer. So that was a little mentioning of someone else. Geek Girly Gaming, yeah. Need to get back to getting some time in watching my Twitch streamers, see what everyone's up to. I've been busy doing crafting stuff, drawing all the different holiday cards you've seen me posting on Facebook and Twitter. And I'd say that today I sent out 5 handmade holiday cards for people who wanted to get a real mail card. If there's anyone out there who's like, oh, they would like a digital greeting, just send me a message on Facebook, Twitter, and Facebook or Twitter, and I'll make sure that you get a holiday greeting in digital form, maybe with a shout out on your media of choice. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun doing the holiday cards. It's simple motives. It's not like, it doesn't have to be very complex. It's like a very finite area. They're not very big. It's like an A5 standard size. So I really just bought like an A4 block and then I folded the leaves and used that as a card. And anyone who's getting one of the cards I sent today, I apologize beforehand for my lack of imagination when I write greetings. I hope you appreciate the time I spent on the drawing instead. I think I'm more of a talker than a writer, so. But that's given me something to do. Also, it's December, so I've been visiting my mom, drinking some coffee with her, and done some Christmas shopping and a little bit of planning, ordering some of the things for the Christmas dinner. Christmas in Denmark, if anyone doesn't know, is on the 24th of December. I know that some countries has like the 25th of December. We have, like in my family, Christmas on the 24th, and then my niece's birthday on the 25th, and my cousin's birthday on the 27th. So November and December are like the big birthday months. So, but as I said, remember to kind of give a mention if you want to get a digital holiday card and give me an excuse for doing some more doodles. I also want to mention that I promised that I would probably do a Sims holiday stream, and I can say that I will definitely be doing a Sims holiday stream. So I'm thinking of actually doing two. One Sims, the other might be me doodling or some other things I want to do, because that's going to be Monday. But I also thought about doing one here Thursday. So Thursday at 8 o'clock, I will try to see if I can find some holiday related content to download for The Sims. So the Chaos family might be able to set up a Christmas tree. The theme will probably be setting up the Red 17's pub / party house. So we get like this common area where everyone can meet up, and maybe decorating that for Christmas. Anyone who wants a character in the city that hasn't got one yet can go to the Facebook page and use the link for personality traits and start figuring out how they want their character to be. The goal is, of course, to get as many people as we know into the city, because that's just fun. And Red, you need to figure out a name for your pub, because we are, of course, going to do go into the bio for the pub and write the name of the pub and a little backstory about it. So think a little bit about the name and the backstory for the pub. So hopefully you are available Thursday, Red One. It doesn't matter if we heard Nightbot's feeling. There's one thing that's an AI. Then there's the AIQ, and the AIQ of this AI isn't that high that it's going to get offended, I think. Well, I hope to see you there, Red One. Otherwise, I'll just have to uh, build the pub the way I see fit. Then you will have to go in and just find out later how I made it all up to be. Because I want that community space so we can follow more of The Sims in the City at the same time. So that was announcements about that. Oh yeah, and as I mentioned at the start of the stream, we're trying to set up the Revlo bot, so you can earn some points, or right now it's called catnip. You can earn catnip by watching the channel. And we need to figure out some kind of rewards for people who've earned a lot of points. And among other things, I've talked to my mods about that one of the rewards you could earn points for could be like suggesting the theme of the stream. For instance, like I would like a doodle stream about carrots or whatever, and then you'd have to take whatever I made that into, but you could like suggest a general theme for a certain amount of points. There's also the option of setting up these chat games that if you've been in Udi's channel, you might have seen that she has a journey-based game where you earn, in her chat, you earn glyphs, and then you can spend them on a game where you hunt for more glyphs. I've seen chats where it's set up like kind of a roulette, so there's some different options. So people who have any ideas, feel free to suggest, and then I will ultimately and unanimously, with my power of one, decide what I think is the best idea. And if I get no suggestions, again, I'll just make something up. And it'll probably be silly because that's like the theme. So that's some of the things that is concerning the stream and things that I'm working on. And if anyone is here for the first time, doodling is because I do some artwork. I think there's some examples of it in the Furball Facebook group, and yeah, I'm a benevolent dictator. I learned that by Terry Pratchett, because you can't have a better ruler than Lord Veterinary. He keeps everything balanced. So I like to have advisors. I'm just like the ultimate power in the end. Yeah, we thought about that as well. At that, it could be like you suggest a theme for instance, a doodling stream, and then from all the doodles I draw in that stream, you get to choose one that you will be like the only. You'll get like the digital high quality file, and you'll be like the only owner of the doodle you kind of chose from that stream. I've decided from the beginning that it's not going to be anything where people can sit and like dictate in details what I have to do when I draw, because then I'll just be annoyed, and it has to be fun. But I like the thing where it's like a theme and you can think creatively and do something humorously, just like freeform. That's entertaining. But I'm not good at being ordered around too much, and that's one of the reasons that I'm not a commercial artist, because I have done some commercial artwork when I was younger, and it's like taking a lot of the fun out of drawing. So that's not really me. I'd rather, if I had to sell something, it would be like, oh, I like the one that you already did, let me pay you something for that one, because that's easier than having to do commissioned artwork and work with that. Oh, getting a little bit of, hopefully not the hiccups. Yeah, exactly. So ask for a doodle, not tell you what to doodle. Something like that. I'd be open to suggestions like that. Or suggestions to, if you had some weird free indie game you wanted me to spend an evening playing or something like that. There's some that I would be horrendously bad at, and some might be fun watching. But I would be willing to take on games from suggestions, but that would require like again that you had to earn a certain amount of points to do that, because that's like the entire chat room you're affecting if it's something like that. Yeah, either that, or I'm just very childishly stubborn on the subject, Welsh. That might be the case too. Um, I've learned a lot from reading different instructions on how to do different kinds of artworks, but I've not always been the best student in the area if I had like a real teacher, because I always just wanted to do my own stuff. But like, let's do this creative, beautiful thing. And nope, I want to draw dragons again. So it might be something like that. Like you said, a stream about carrots. I'm gonna do a carrot dragon. Oh well. Unless I have to change the title on this into talk show about creativity, let's get a little bit back into the game. You can see in my different chat windows down here, I've got like a corporation here that's blinking. You'll get auto-assigned a corporation depending on your race and skill set when you start out in the game. And this is like, I can't remember what I have in this at the moment, but there's a lot of different settings. You can do a lot of different searches. There are game corporations that's like NPC corporations. Uh, yeah, exactly right, Benighted Carrot Dragon. Um, it's the new thing. So, but yeah, definitely make suggestions within my skill set. If there's some of all the crafting that I talk about, if anyone wants like a stream on crochet, you can suggest that as well. Um, or if you think that any any other stuff is interesting, as long as it's slightly silly and not something that's like too serious a theme, I'll do most things. Uh, and I'll do my best to talk about most things for a couple of hours. So, but when it comes to drawing and doodles, let's jump back to my to my mining ship while we do this, and let's refine some ore. That way, I'm active in game here as well. Waffles. There we go. Make active. One of the times I had the most fun, and I probably talked about that before with drawing, is when I've been working with kids, because they have like the most hilarious suggestions. The younger the kids, the better. They have like, when you ask an adult to figure out an idea for something for you to draw, they will often try to come up with something that's within natural space, while very tiny kids, it's one of the areas where I actually like tiny kids. I'm not really that into kids otherwise, but when they sit down and say, I want a mushroom light post on top of a sponge castle, I'm like, okay, this is a challenge. This could be interesting. Or when my boyfriend suggests something silly, like one of the Christmas cards, he was like, you should do a holiday card that was something with Darth Vader's sentence, I find your lack of faith disturbing, and then trying to reinterpret that into a holiday card, stuff like that. That's interesting. Oh, or hold. Let's just look into some refining here. So I've got these different ones. I can just go in here and I can say reprocess. Then it's going to show me what the output results are going to be. And based on my different skill sets and standing, you can see here there's like a 50% base yield. And then I got some different bonuses from different skill sets I've acquired. And that leads me to, I've got like 19% extra on top of that as well. I'm going to get some different elements from this: tritanium, pyrite, and mexilon. These have different values on the market. Something like tritanium is extremely accessible. Almost everything produces tritanium to a certain amount, but you also need it to build a lot of different stuff. So that's like a pretty standard price most places in the universe. Other things like mexilon, it might be profitable to travel a bit to kind of to find a system where they'll give a good price because they need it for certain productions. So everything is like, I'm parked in a system next to a system that has the trade hub JITA. So there's pretty decent places, most places in the JITA system as well. Hi Santa Bug, welcome to the channel. Oh, feel free to suggest. We're kind of trying to make a list of things that will require a certain amount of catnip for me to do that. So you can always suggest something to go on that list, and then as people earn points, they can kind of go and pick from that list. Some might be very specific suggestions, other might be more general suggestions. I don't know. I kind of expect chat to come up with some stuff here as well. So Yeah, you can do like add a really silly character to the platform game that we already worked on for a little bit, or do a game maker stream or something like that. So a lot of different options. If you followed me for a while, you know that I kind of tend to do a lot of different subject anyways, ranging from programming, game programming and design, graphics, real world creative stuff like doing, yeah, almost anything I can kind of lay my hands on, and playing games and artwork. Did I forget something? Might do a cooking stream sometime. Oh yeah, tailoring as well. So it could also be a wish about me suggesting me doing something specific in tailoring, like teach everybody how to sew a standard skirt or something like that. Just something that can be kind of fitted into my usual 2 to 3 hour streaming schedule on Mondays. So, okay, I'm reprocessing this. Let's see. I'm not sure I really have any bonuses on this base for refining, but I'm really just out to get some money. I don't really care about getting a lot out of this, so let's just refine this. I also trained a processing skill for each specific type of ore. You kind of become more effective as you train those skills. So you can see here I've got like Velspar processing to level 5. That brings me all the way up to 70.3. So and this one you can see Velspar is like the most common asteroid type, and it always gives you tritanium and nothing else. There's none of like the extra rare elements that comes with this one. But it's a pretty good basic price, so that's okay. So that's like my ship hangar. On every station I have a station hangar. Still here under inventory you can see ship hangar, then I've got my item hangar here, and that's for this station. And that's like everything I've processed, it ends up in here. So besides all the different elements, I have a station container in here, and if I open this one up, you can see these are tiny amounts of different rare elements that I have lying around. Among other things, I use stuff like that as a list, so I can kind of see, okay, systems I've been in has had these different kind of elements or ores, and these are the skills I should train the next time I do refining skills. So like I want to be sure that the different ombers that I've got like a high refining skill and stuff like that. So that's just stuff I have lying around. If I go in here on tritanium, you can see I've got 260,000 tritanium. I can just right click on it and do sell this item, and then it will say if you sell it here on this base, the price is going to be 6.2% below the average estimated price. And 6% isn't really that bad. It's still going to give me like 1.1 million. I can go in here and I can do like buy orders instead, or sell orders instead if I want to. And that way I can say, oh, I have this amount of tritanium on this station and I will sell it at this price. And if I do that, there might be a buyer here that would want to buy it. But since I'm right next to JITA, the main trade hub, a lot of people would probably just go to JITA to get it cheaper. If I was in an outer lying system, people might be willing to travel. So that would be like for more rare elements, people would prefer to travel. So I hope that through this has been like a basic run through of what it is you do when you're a miner. So I think that pretty well covers it. You kind of train your skills to become as good of a miner and a refiner, and then afterwards you might also want to be a fighter pilot, or you go straight for being a fighter pilot, train all the different skills to be a fighter pilot. I'll probably do another EVE stream where I fly some different missions so you can see kind of how combat works, and then run through some of the different equipment I use when I run missions, and how the agent system is working, and how you find the different agents and the best missions to fly. So we've been going on 2.5 hours, and I can feel that I'm starting to go from ranting to rambling, and talking about a lot of other things than the game or anything specific for stream. So I think we're closing in on the ending of the stream tonight. Oh, let me just sell this item. Oh, I think I sold it. Just had a little delay. There we go. Out here, this is my wallet. This is where you can see all my different transactions. As you can see, there's sales taxes and fee for reprocessing. And these are some of the extra things I talked about. You train different skills or work on your reputation with certain faction to get these fees down and these sales taxes down. That way it ends up being pretty profitable, being a trader and a miner. So exposition, that's a good word. I'll have to remember that for the next time. So you finished your Christmas shopping. Congratulations, Red One. Oh, and bye, Morwen. Didn't remember to look in chat. Oh well. Talk to her later. So, to have more that I need to talk about, I need my mods to kind of poke me if there's something I forgot to talk about, that we talked about, that I should talk about, just to keep the ramble. Just sell some pyrite. Let me see what the price is for pyrite while I wait for chat to catch up. Well, you have to tell me why you're poking me. You aren't supposed to just poke me. You're supposed to tell me why you're poking me. Oh, that's 15.4% lower. But it says it's the best regional is 721 and the ask price is 610. I think one of our other characters has a freighter. Probably just collect some of all this and do a freighter run to Jita and sell and get a good price for it. You can see this Noxium, there's only like 730 units of it, but it's like 250,000, even though it's 9% below average price. That means I could get up to 382.50 as the best regional price. That might be worth running from, doing some more refining of this stuff and then do a cargo run later. Well, you don't have to commit 100% to one of the other flames. It's just important to think about that. You have to have like an income source so you can keep on insuring your ships so that you don't go all the way back to zero if someone shoots you down when you run missions or fly fly whatever kind of PvP you want to fly. You of course have to think about it if you want to go pirate in low security, because you have to make sure you have very certain skill sets to run the kind of ship that has high survivability in those areas. So yeah, good money in mining. It's a good base income, and you can do it in high security. And when you got like your basic skills up in mining and got like go for Retriever as your first big mining ship. If you go straight for Retriever and then fitting that one for deep core mining, you're kind of set to have a really good base income. And then when you have the money to buy yourself a basic starfighter, if you run missions successfully and not just go for the PvP. PvP will give you a bounty on your head and make life pretty hardcore in high security. But if you run missions, there can be a lot of challenge in that, trying to fitting a good ship, whether you're running Black Ops or what you're running. So yeah, sleep well, benighted. I'm just talking on and talking on, and what I really should do, I should be closing down for the day, because yeah, it's close to 3 hours, close enough. It's been a pleasure as always, but I am going to focus a little bit on gaming with my boyfriend, so I actually earned some money today. The good thing is that nonetheless I've been earning skill points, because that just runs in the background automatically. But I will be back Thursday. I will tweet a time out for when the stream starts. I might start a bit earlier Thursday, depending on whether or not I have any technical issues setting up Sims the holiday version. I really hope I can find some good expansions to get some holiday feel into that stream. Well, that's all for now. Have fun. I'll do my best to have fun here. And see you Thursday, Monday, or whenever you stop by the next time. Bye.